Romans 16:7 NIV. Greet Andronicus and Junia, my fellow Jews who have been in prison with me. They are outstanding among the apostles, and they were in Christ before I was. End quote. Junia is a woman's name, and she is regarded as being outstanding among the apostles. But I am not the only one alongside Paul whom includes her as an apostle. Rather, all of the Orthodox churches and the Roman Catholic Church as well regard Junia as an apostle. St. John Chrysostom, homily 31 on Romans, quote, "This also looks like an encomium, and what follows is much more so. And what sort is this of? And my fellow prisoners, for this is the greatest honor, the noble proclamation. And where was Paul a prisoner, that he should call them my fellow prisoners? A prisoner indeed he has not been, but he had suffered things worse than prisoners, in being not an alien only to his country and his family, but in wrestling with famine and continual death and thousands of other things. For of a prisoner the only misfortune is this, that he is separated from his relations, and often has to be a slave instead of being free. But in this case, one may mention temptations thick as snowflakes, which this blessed person underwent by being carried and taken about, scourged, fettered, stoned, shipwrecked, with countless people plotting against him. And captives indeed have no further foe after they are led away, but they even experience great care from those who have taken them. But this man was continually in the midst of enemies, and saw spears on every side, and sharpened swords, and arrays, and battles. Since then it was likely that these shared many dangers with him. He called them fellow captives, as in another passage also, Aristarchus, my fellow prisoner, Colossians 4:10. Then another praise besides, who are of note among the apostles. And indeed to be apostles at all is a great thing, but to be even among these of note, just consider what a great encomium this is. But they were of note owning to their own works, to their achievements. Oh, how great is the devotion of this woman, that she should be even counted worthy of the appellation of apostle. But even here he does not stop, but adds another encomium besides, and says, who were also in Christ before me. End quote. Another woman called apostle in the early church was Mary of Magdala, given titles myrrh-bearer and apostle to the apostles by notable saints, to the best of my knowledge, such as St. Augustine, St. Thomas Aquinas, and St. Bernard of Clairvaux. Women had authority within the early church, and they were godly women, and deliberately excluding the godly women only leaves room for the ungodly to persevere and eventually infiltrate. We should have husbands and wives leading the church together, like how Priscilla and Aquila did, whom are the example, not the exception. We are going to pray. Dear Creator Elohim, we ask that we look past the categories of male and female and see people as servants of you that have a role that has been given unto them by you, that they be competent in spreading the gospel as godly leaders by the authority and power of Yahweh, and as a command of Yeshua, that Ahiye Asir Ahiye shall bind it. Let it be faithfully done unto us. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, and participate in the comments down below. Perhaps watch some of the other short sermons, or an even longer one if you're interested in learning a large amount of biblical information that you won't likely learn at church because it just doesn't fit their narrative. God bless.